All right, so time for the second episode of this week's Fun Facts of Liam, and um, not sure how many of you have seen the movie Blonde, which is also, you know, based on a book, directed by the same guy who did Chopper, which is where Eric Bana, the Australian actor, also who was who portrayed Bruce Banner in the Ang Lee version of the Hulk, which is it's overhated, I think. Um, yeah, did the film version of Blonde, and there's the whole bit in the film and probably in the book where, um, you know, um, where basically Marilyn Monroe was fooled into believing that her father hated her or wrote letters, and those letters turned out to be fake. But actually, um, uh, Norma Jean / Marilyn Monroe actually managed to track down her father, Charles Stanley Gifford, who was uh, an executive or something to do with MGM, early MGM Studios things, where basically she found out who he was, but apparently he didn't want to know. Basically, he didn't. Yeah, he basically didn't want the whole contact with his daughter, because he had at least one kid in a earlier or later marriage, that kind of thing, which may have contributed to her basically committing suicide, amongst other things. The thing with her mother being mentally ill and all that kind of stuff, and also the relationships with certain men and all that stuff. But I think the implication is that what tipped her over the edge was her finally finding out who her father was, and then him wanting nothing to do with her, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that bit with the two, Chaplin's son, Charlie Chaplin's son and Edward Robinson Jr. Obviously Edward Robinson, who was known for the original Scarface film, which is based on Al Capone's life. Edward Robinson's son. There's that whole bit of them being basically awful to her, and either Chaplin Jr. or Robinson Jr. made up the letters in the film and in the book, Blonde. But apparently that wasn't the case. It was basically the fact that Marilyn Monroe managed to get in contact, track down her actual bio further, who wasn't, Mr. Mortensen. It was actually Charles Stanley Gifford, the MGM executive or whatever I said. Yeah, is whatever he was, who had a relationship with Monroe's mother, who knocked her up, and she managed to track him down, only for him to basically sort of rebuff her. So yeah. Basically, she wasn't. The fact is, she wasn't like completely lied to, but at the same time, she didn't get the relationship or the result that she wanted. So, yeah, basically it for that one. Yeah, so remember to like, subscribe, comment, and I've been drinking a bit, so hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully that's decipherable, and it's a bit late over here anyway too. So, and I always try to make a commitment to do these every Friday. So, that's basically it. I'll go off and edit this and so on and so forth, and hopefully I'll come up with some gems for you for the last 2 episodes. So